Right now at 5:30, we're tracking a developing crime alert near the UK campus. Police tell us a home invasion startled some roommates. We'll have the latest coming up in a live report. Arson investigators taking a look at a fire that left several people in Lexington without a place to stay last night. And the search for an accused shooter in Lexington continues this morning. The victim recovers in the hospital. We'll have the latest on this investigation.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome in. Hope your Monday is off to a great start. I'm Rebecca Smith. Warmer weather is here, but there is a catch. Micah Harris is here now with more in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, we're going to get some mild air, and then we'll bring in some rain to tag along with it. It's a lot of rain, too. Not so much today. I think today that heaviest rain really stays to the south of us. And look, you'll get clipped down in the far southern zones, but other than that, it just kind of slides on out of here. 39 degrees in Lexington, 38 in Frankfort, but other than those two locations, look across the south. 48 London, Corbin, work your way into Williamsburg, Union College off into Knox County. I mean, you're talking about some really nice conditions right around 50 degrees. And by the afternoon, we'll sit there in the mid to upper 50s. Feels great, looks great for today. But going toward the next several days, boy, it gets really rainy. I'll show you how much rain you can suspect coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, new this morning, we're tracking a developing news alert in Lexington. Police are trying to find a person who broke into an apartment near the UK campus. This happened about 3:30 this morning. WKYT's Sean Moody is live at the scene with the latest this crime alert. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. This is a pretty popular area for UK students. It's just a couple of blocks from campus. Now we're trying to find out more information from police about what this person looks like and what the vehicle looks like that the person may be driving. Lexington police said this happened around 3:30 this morning at an apartment along Lexington Avenue. They say the three people who live inside woke up when they heard a loud noise. When they went to take a look, police said they saw a person who took their TV and the keys to one of their cars. Police say the person stole that car, a green 2011 Toyota RAV4. Police didn't have much of a description of that person last time we talked with them. All they knew for sure was the person was about 6'4" and had a thin build. We're also working to get a more detailed description of that RAV4. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Well, all three suspects in a violent home invasion are now in jail. Chad Bacon, his son Charles Reeves, and a third man, Willard Fredelius, all face several charges. In January, police say they forced their way into a home on Old Paris Road in Lexington. Once inside, police say the men tied up the victims, threatened to kill them, and then stole money and guns from the home. Well, we have more information this morning on a fire that happened in Lexington. It started around 10:30 last night at a building on East 6th Street. Firefighters say there is damage to the back of the building. The people living in the front were left without a place to stay.
At the time of the fire, there was people in the front apartment of the building. They smelled smoke, and once they smelled smoke, they also had somebody start knocking on the front door. Then they exited the structure.
Firefighters also tell us a neighboring building had some damage. They say they'll be able to stay in their apartment. New this morning, an arson investigator is looking into a fire at a business. The fire broke out at Interplex Plastics on Brentwood Court just after 2 this morning. Fire crews tell us there were plastic baskets on fire inside, but the building's sprinkler system managed to contain the fire. They say heavy smoke and water used to put out the fire did more damage than the actual fire. No one was injured. A Lexington child is still in the hospital this morning after being shot in the neck Saturday night. Police think they have a better idea of what the person responsible actually looks like. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live at UK Hospital with the latest on the investigation into this. Good morning. Well, it looks like we've lost Hillary's live feed. Let's just give you a recap of Lexington police. They're reporting, they say just before 6 o'clock Saturday night, the boy and his family were in their car on Hollow Creek Road. That is just down from their apartment on Russell Cave. The shooter fired through the back window of their car, hitting the little boy in the neck. Now, police released this composite sketch of the man wanted for the shooting. The shooter is described as a Hispanic man between 19 to 25 years old with brown hair and brown eyes, driving this car seen here 2000 to 2003 model four-door Nissan Maxima with dark tinted windows. Now, once this sketch was released, friends and neighbors spent Sunday night showing folks in the area the suspect's description. If you have any information on this, you are urged to contact police as soon as possible. And we'll try to get Hillary's live shot back up for you. That little boy, again, that 9-year-old, still in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Well, an autopsy is planned today for a couple shot to death over the weekend. A fire at a home on Slate Ridge Road in Laurel County was reported Sunday morning. When firefighters got there, they found the bodies of Donnie and Sharon Jackson. They'd been shot to death. Crews say the fire may have been set to cover up the crime.
They said flames were coming out of the attic. They quickly extinguished those, and which is good for us because we have a crime scene that we can process now.
The victim's grandson lived at the home with them. He made the call to 911. New this morning, a mine collapse in West Virginia killed one person and injured 2 others. The collapse happened about 10 o'clock last night at the Marshall County mine, Cameron Portal, that's in northern West Virginia. One of the injured miners was flown to a hospital. The other was taken by ambulance. Officials say all other miners inside have gotten out. Well, it's a miraculous story of survival out of Utah. An 18-month-old baby survived a car crash that killed the little girl's mother. The child survived up to 12 hours strapped in her car seat. Brian Webb has the story.
A fisherman first spotted the car upside down in the frigid waters of the Spanish Fork River.
The witness said that there was an arm that he could see inside the vehicle.
When police and firefighters arrived, they jumped into the icy water. Crews found a young mother dead in the driver's seat and then quickly spotted a baby girl upside down, strapped in a car seat in the back. They quickly flipped the car over.
Grabbed the baby in my arm, raised its head up out of the water as I tried to release the seatbelt.
Police say 25-year-old Lynn Grossbeck was on her way home from her parents' house Friday night when her car ran up this cement barrier, launching the car into the river below. According to investigators, the impact likely killed Lynn, but her 18-month-old Lily survived all alone for more than 12 hours.
The car seat could have possibly been out of the water.
7 members of the river rescue team had to be treated for hypothermia. Baby Lily was flown to a hospital in Salt Lake City. Jill Sanderson spoke by phone about her sister Lynn.
She was just a very compassionate and caring person. She loved Lily with all her heart.
Family members say Lynn was enrolled at Provo College with hopes of becoming a medical assistant. Brian Webb for CBS News, New York.
Well, overnight, the hospital upgraded Lily's condition to fair. Well, the mother of a Louisville teen shot after an argument tells us enough is enough. Earlier last week, police say 13-year-old Deontay Reed was walking home when a group of teenagers came up on him. Police say there was an argument and then someone started shooting. Reed and a 17-year-old were shot. Emergency crews rushed both to the hospital where Reed had to have surgery to fix a collapsed lung. Reed's mother is trying to put an end to the violence.
Do this for Deontay and do it for yourself. Just let's show the older people and everybody who's against the young community right now that y'all can do this.
Well, Monique's already asked civic groups and city leaders to help her. Police say they are still looking for the person who shot the teenagers. Officers in Leslie County still searching for the person responsible for shooting a child there. Police say one man at a home on Asher Branch Road fired a shotgun at another. Some of the pellets hit a boy in the face. He went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say one of the men involved ran away after the shooting, and they are now looking for him. While the melting snow and ice is causing some concern in parts of Fayette County, including inside one of Lexington's largest parks. At Jacobson Park, lake levels have been rising and falling all winter, but so far crews do not think there's any reason to be worried about water reaching out onto the roadway.
Well, when this snow melts in different places, it runs down into them flats and goes right on into the lake.
Williamson tells us the only problem they've had at the park this winter is keeping kids off the frozen reservoir. Business owners in Pike County are still cleaning up after a flood caused thousands of dollars in damage. Flooding from the Big Sandy River seeped into the Mountain Music Exchange this weekend. Business owners say nearly 4 feet of water filled the studio. Among the things ruined, lights, amps, guitars, some of which dated all the way back to the owner's very first job.
He has 15 years of his life in there, 15 years of musical life, you know, amps and organs and, you know, cabinets that is just, you can't replace those memories.
Owners are working now to clean out the studio to see if they can salvage any of the equipment. They say several customers are calling in to ask if they can help out. The time now is 5:39. Let's get a look at live drive traffic and see what is happening out on the roadways today. Not hearing of any problems out there. Harrodsburg and Lane Allen looking pretty clear. Really not a whole lot of cars out there this morning, so you won't have to probably contend with too much traffic this early. There's still a whole lot more to come this morning. Thanks for being here with us. From the running of the bulls in Spain to the running of the reindeer in Alaska. We'll tell you about this cool little fundraiser up next.
We have a lot of rain just to the south of us. This will scoot on by us. We won't really be affected by this one that much, but it really starts to pick up as we work our way off into tomorrow through Friday. A lot of rain expected. I'll show you how much you can expect coming up in just a few minutes.